This is a
Squad. What's up? What's up?
That ball is belted. Welcome in Carlos Gomez. Hello. Goodbye.
Oh man, yeah. We rockin' now. Yeah. BS3 Sports. Okay. Sports news, get it first when you're getting off of work. Even when you're at work, acting like you're working hard when you're hardly working. I'm a maverick like Dirk, getting Franklin's like Kirk. Hold up, boy. X Squad, you don't know them boys? Being talking facts on every topic. Overall, we just talking noise, just being boys. Covering Texas sports in them tall heels. That with the fake pass over to Elliott. Better guard your grills like a car for real. Yeah, Cowboys gonna bring a bowl back, Lord willing. Yeah, Mavericks gonna bring a ring back with Mark in it. We live sports, we talk sports, we dream sports, we eat sports. The teacher about to teach the course. Welcome to BS3 Sports. Gross. Oh man, yeah.
Welcome to the weekend wrap-up show, episode number 121. Man, been putting in work on these episodes, on these shows. First of all, I got to say, Mo Cheese with a great show on multiple levels, especially with the guests, but also with the conversating, also with promoting the contest and doing the contest, which is the final days. Shout out to Mo Cheese for coming in the chat room. But the final days of the X Squad affiliate contest, which you can win dinner for two or win Dungeon Family concert tickets at the Fox Theater in Atlanta. So those are two very good options. xsquadaffiliates.com/contest. Three very easy steps on what you need to do and how to do it so you can win one of these options. So first off, shout out to X Squad Radio. Shout out to Grego. Thank you for tuning in. You guys holding it down for me on Friday and yesterday. So this is the weekend wrap-up show, not the Dope Music Podcast, which is normally on Tuesdays. But the reason why I wasn't doing the show Friday and yesterday, my best friend's father passed away in North Carolina. So I went there. Well, he passed away in Maryland. They had the funeral, another funeral in North Carolina. So I went just to show support. So rest in peace to Earl Hart. He was 72 years old. Shout out to Said Galloway in the building. He was 72 years old. He was an educator. He went to Winston-Salem State. He also taught. He was a educator, like I just said that. But it's you just never know when it's somebody's last time. And he was somebody that I could say that I looked up to, somebody that was a father figure for me. So it was hard. It was hard to see him laying there in that casket and gone. But we all have our time. We all have our day. Shout out to JB Jennings. Thank you for tuning in. But rest in peace to Earl Hart. And, continue to pray for him, for his son, which is Chris. Like I said, he was my college roommate. We were, been friends for almost 20 years at Morehouse. So, we go back. So pray for him and his sister, also his mom, who's now a widow. So, but final days of the contest, if you know of someone that has not signed up for this contest, they should do it because it is an opportunity to win something free. And who doesn't like free stuff? That's just real talk. All right, so let's get, like I said, shout out to X Squad Radio, also No Phony Podcast Network, my fam over there. But let's get into the sports topics because we had a lot that happened this weekend. We got some people retiring. A couple people, two in particular, that caught me off guard. We'll be talking about that. We got Major League Baseball news. We got NBA. And obviously, we got March Madness. The Sweet 16 has now arrived. Are they really that sweet? I know we have some upset teams in there, so we'll be touching on that as well. I'm excited, though, man. Excited to get back behind the mic. Excited to talk about sports and what's going on around the sports landscape, as our friend Kevin Gray says when he's doing his show. All right, so the Cowboys have signed free agent George Iloku. George Iloku, a former Cincinnati Bengal. He was spent quite a few years there. Now, I don't know exactly what he's going to be able to bring to this team, but except depth. It sounds like he's going to be the starter, but I know Cowboys are going to be probably looking to draft a safety coming up in this year's draft. But I think he could be a very nice addition. He could be a very nice addition to this team. I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings. And like I said, I think it's mainly a depth type move. Sign him on a 1-year deal. Also, other news is that the Cowboys are in the works to get this deal with DeMarcus Lawrence done. That would make my day. That would make my day if we would be able to get this DeMarcus Lawrence deal done and we're not having to, me specifically, continue to talk about this conversation. Shout out to H-Rap-B, Jay Fish in the building, DJ Knox in the building. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. Final days of the X Squad affiliates contest, win dinner for 2, or Dungeon Family concert tickets. Last day will be Friday, so make sure to get in and enter in. But Cowboys adding some additions. DeMarcus Lawrence, we need that deal to go down sooner rather than later. Because if you continue to wait, that's when issues pop up. If you continue to wait, he continues to be more upset, potentially more disgruntled, and he's holding off a surgery. I believe he has a torn labrum, and he's holding off on that depending on what type of deal or if the deal gets done or not. So you need to get this done sooner rather than later, because if he waits all the way up until July and get this surgery, there's a possibility of him missing time. And that doesn't work out for him or the Cowboys, because whatever team he does sign for, or if he decides to sit out, I mean, he's going to be losing money. We could have another Le'Veon Bell type situation. Shout out to Shelly Q. Thank you for tuning in. Also, D Nice in the building. Thank you for tuning in as well. So Cowboys in the news like they always are. Bears and Packers will start off the season. Patriots open the season on Sunday Night Football. Speaking of the Patriots, the one, the only, Gronk retires, but, his agent says that people change their minds. I think Gronk is gone. I think, honestly, he's been gone. Mentally, I think Gronk has already been gone. When and the famous quote by Bill Parcells, once you think about retiring, you're already retired. And I think that quote relates highly to Gronk, because he has already been talking about it. So it's just been like a matter of time to where he was going to make that decision. So I'm not necessarily surprised. He's had a star-studded career, mainly because of the Super Bowls. But he's had a star-studded career. He's been a mismatch for almost every single team that tries to match up against him. So when it comes down to it, Gronk has probably done everything that he's wanted to do. What has he not done as far as accolades, as far as Pro Bowls, championships? What has he not done? So I get it, and maybe his body is not really able to continue to fully withstand a full season. So that could also be a part of his decision, because he's been wearing that robotic elbow thing for years. It seems like he's been wearing that for years. And shout out to my pops. Thank you for tuning in. I was able to see him as well this weekend. Sports and Hills, sending over some great guests for X Squad. She's trying to get all of X Squad healthy. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that info on Mo Cheese's show. So go back and check that out later on today, because after this, we will have H-Rat B coming on, end of the bench. So make sure to tune in for that. I got to remember today's Tuesday and not Monday, because normally I do this show on Monday. So I'm trying to kind of get my bearings together. But Gronk, Jay Fish says, Gronk is third on my list, injuries considered. Gronk was just a mismatch out the gate. Gronk has spent a game check either on the endorsement, says Grego. That's facts. And he like I said, he's been a mismatch since he walked onto the field into the NFL. At that point in time, where they had him and Hernandez, that was crazy, because they had two mismatch players on the field that it was almost impossible for you to stop those two. And it is almost impossible to stop Gronk. I have not seen one person that's truly been able to stop him or shut him down. So he will be missed. I don't know that, to me, he's not a replaceable player that the Patriots can just go and say, yeah, we'll just get this other guy and he'll be able to fill in his shoes, no problem. I don't think they'll be able to do that. Shout out to my man Courtney Harden, the real deal. Got a double cheeseburger ready to hurl at Cool Cell when I see him. Says Sports and Hills. Yeah, we're kind of going at it. But it is, kind of a side note. It is important to be healthy. I'm venturing down a path of being vegetarian now. And believe me, I love hamburgers, I love steak, I love chicken, I love all of that. But I just know, to be able to live a longer life, I can't continue to do the same things. And we can all be, cancer is linked to a lot of things that are in the meats we eat, a lot of things in the dairy we eat, because of the chemicals that's in it. That's how you can get these big pieces of chicken from these places. That's how you can get 3 pieces, a side, a biscuit, a pepper, a 42-inch long Coke from from Church's, because that chicken is not really that real. Shout out to From the Bottom. I believe that is Cal from the Bottom podcast. Thank you for tuning in. So that's a little side note. Continue to be healthy, continue to make improvements on your daily life. Jay Fish says, all things considered, my top 5: Shannon Sharp, Tony G, Kellen Winslow Sr., Gronk, and Antonio Gates. Okay. I do respect that list. I do respect that list. I think you got to put Jason Witten in there, though. And I know you wouldn't do that because you're an Eagles fan. But I think you got to put Witten in there. I don't know that much about Kellen Winslow Sr., and I don't know what kind of stats. I'm a stats guy. I don't know what type of stats Shannon Sharp has. But if you're going on pure Talent, I agree with that list because besides Kellen Winslow Sr., because I don't know that much about him. I love